Hey guys! There's a new module in the Vult Compact collection, Knock. Like you can hear, it's a bass drum module with really nice features like saturation and accent. It's actually derived from Tremor, Vult's drum synthesizer, so let's take a closer look at all of its features and listen to the broad palette of sounds it can produce. Let's start! Okay, so let's first have a look at all of the different sections of Knock and then start building a patch with it. This is how it sounds like when initialized. Yeah, and you can already hear how meaty and full it sounds. And okay, so on the lower part we have the gate input to trigger the module and the tune input so we can control its pitch with an external source, and it will follow 1 volt per octave. We have also the stress CV input, and this is really something interesting. It's a sort of an accent input and it can create really nice effects. When connecting something to this input, the level of knock will change according to how much voltage goes through. At 0 volt, the level will go down by 40%. At negative 5 volts, the level will go down to 0. But at positive 10 volts, the level will go up to 120%. So we can play with this and create a lot of movement and variety in the sound. We also have, of course, the main output, and above that we have 4 CV inputs with dedicated attenuverters for the fury function, the decay time, and for the depth and shift of the noise. And we will see in a second what each function is doing. And let's start actually with the fury function, which will saturate the signal and add some nice harmonics. This is without fury, and you can see also the wave, how it changes. And also the sound. Then we have the decay knob, which will change the decay time of the sound. To the right, of course, more decay time. To the left, more snappy. We have the bend knob to change the sound of the initial hit. To make it more with a punch. Or more subtle and soft. And the time knob to control the time of the pitch modulation and by that changing also the sound. Then we have the tune knob so we can tune the bass drum. And we can also go even higher in pitch by using the tune input and offsetting the pitch. And then we have also the noise section, which will add this bright, transient and uniqueness to the sound. With the depth knob we can decide how much noise we want to add. You can hear it already. With the type knob we can morph between different kinds of noise and by that simulating the sound of different drums. Yeah. And with the shift knob we can sort of tune the noise to different pitches and make it brighter or darker. To the left it will be darker. And to the right it will be brighter. Okay, and one more thing that's fun to do if you're suffering from a creative block, just load up one of those and randomize it a few times. You will for sure find something interesting. So let's try this. Randomize. Yeah, another one. Yes, another one. Okay, so let's move on to building a patch. Okay, so I will use the gate sequencer from AppleSense modules, where it is to drive the bass drum module And let's use the first two rows. So we will use the first one to the main gate input and the second one to the stress input. And let's use also two different clocks. So I will use the first row will take the multiplied by 2 clock, and the second one the multiplied by 4. Now let's create some patterns. So let's change also the length of the pattern. Let's say this will be a 11 step, this will be a 9 step sequence. Now let's add something interesting, hopefully. Let's see, something like this maybe. So this is the main gate, and now let's add some stress or some accents, maybe something like this. Okay, and let's see how this sounds like. So I will connect this to the mixer. This is nice. Let's make this a bit louder. Okay, so let's listen to this shortly without stress. You can see it's more flat, let's say. And with the stress, we can add lots of movement to the sound. Yes, very nice. Now let's add a few more knock modules. So let's duplicate this one. You know what, let's randomize them already. I don't know what we will get. Let's see what we will get. And let's use 2 more rows of the sequencer. One will run with multiplied by 4 clock, and one with the normal clock we have, or with the main clock, let's say. And let's see, this will be a 7-step sequence, and this will be 9. This will be a 5 one. No, maybe a longer one, maybe a 13 one. This also may be longer, let's say 15, I don't know why. Let's say something like this. And let's add a few more notes here. Something like this, not too many. Something maybe... Okay, let's leave it like that. And let's connect this to the gate inputs of our knocks. Let's see how this sounds like, if it's adding anything. Oh, I missed one row. Haha, okay, I wanted this to be here, sorry. Oh yeah. And I wanted this to be here. Yes. Oh. This is too much. Just change it a bit. Maybe even higher in pitch. Very nice. Okay, we have our main rhythm, let's say. Very cool. Okay, now we have this, so let's add some notes to all of this. So let's use the grid sequencer from JW. And let's add 2 more knock modules. I will just duplicate those 2. Let's initialize them. And let's use another row of the sequencer to drive the grid sequencer. And we will use a multiplied by 4 clock. Very nice. Let's randomize the notes also. And send the CV output of the sequencer to the tune input of the knock modules and also the gates we need. And let's see how this sounds like this first. I have here another mixer, goes to reverb. And I need to enter some notes, of course, or some... Ooh! Okay, time and bend. A bit less decay. Wow. Let's change just the settings a bit differently from one another and detune them also. I click and hold Control so I can fine tune the tune knob and take one a bit to the left, one a bit to the right. Yes, yes. This is nice. Let's see what happens with a bit of fury. First one. Very nice. Let's take the noise out. So with this, if you want, I will save this patch also, of course, and you can download it. There will be a link in the description. If you download it and you want to use it, please modulate or control the depth somehow, and you can add excitement. You can add excitement and just do this. I will try now to modulate fury, the fury function here. So let's add flux, also Vult. Did you notice that Vult, you can say like Moog or Moog, Vult or Volt. It's really, I don't know, it's funny. Let's add also caudal. So caudal will be our source that Flux will sample. I will use the sample and hold section of caudal. I think yesterday, when you watch this video, it would be yesterday that I made a video about Flux, so you can go ahead if you find it interesting. There will be also a link in the description. Go check it out. So this flux will sample. Let's take already the offset all the way up, so we have a unipolar signal, and take the master clock to our main clock, so it runs both sample and hold sections, and take this signal to modulate the fury of both knock modules. Let's turn the feed, the attenuator. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Now what we need is steady kick, a steady bass drum. Let's initialize it. I just added another knock. I initialized it, connected it to the, let's see that says we are not clipping here, to the mixer and the gate to our main clock. Yes, baby! Oh yeah! Very cool. Let's try to add a nice bass, I don't know, a nice bass sound, bass voice. So let's add another knock. All of this, what we've created now together, is all with the knock module. This is the only sound source here. This is amazing. So I initialize it. And let's use Flame. Also from Vult. And it got a few more modes recently. So let's take the output of knock to the Flame module, to the mixer from Flame. And let's use the third clock we have. I have here a clock with a delay of an 8th note. So it will come on the offbeat. Let's mute shortly everything just so you can listen to this. Okay, let's change its sound now, so we get something more bassy. Maybe something like this, something darker. Okay. Let's see. No, let's leave it like this. Let's change tone a bit. Oh yeah. Let's change a different model. Yes, this I like. Puff. Low. Let's blend it a bit more. Okay, let's see how it sounds like. Very nice. I will save this. Again, there will be a link in the description. If you want, go download it. Knock will be a part of the compacts bundle, compacts collection of Vult. It's a really nice module. Again, this is the only sound source here, and it's really pretty amazing actually what you can do with it. Okay, and I think I'm going dancing here in my room. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the bell. And have a good one.